I do believe you have a vested interest in the creation of this redevelopment agency with respect to how it may affect your payment for your legal services. And I think that needs to be borne in mind when listening to your legal advice. That's all.
Thank you. Anyone else? Mr. Wolke?
Fred Wolke, 10 Peak Road, Edison. I just have one last thought on this, and that is that I don't think anybody on the council should vote nay or yay on this proposal until they have had a chance to read the application, or they have a copy and have had an opportunity to read the application that was supposedly presented to everybody. That's all. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Petrucelli?
Joe Petrucelli, 62. I just wanted to read a provision of 49A9-22.5. No local government officer, employee, or member of his immediate family shall have an interest in a business organization or engage in a business transaction or professional activity which is substantially in conflict with proper discharge of his duties in public interest. How someone who can own 9 properties, probably estimated somewhere in the millions of dollars, who, when you campaign called Mr. Karabinchak, Bob the Builder, vote on a redevelopment agency, just in appearance. Whether the law states he can or he can't, just in the appearance of it is not right. And that's right out of the ethics law, what I just read. I didn't change one word of it. So bear in mind, lawyers can play around all these regulations, but the law implies if the public interest is, the perception is something doesn't look right, and owning 9 properties, multiple of them in a development area, in your development agency, it would seem like you're trying to shield yourself from voting because you know you don't have a vote.
Thanks, sir. Anyone else?
I make a motion to close the public portion.
Yes, ma'am.
Judith, Krall-Russo, 3 Meyer Road. I just have one question because I'm a little confused. You talked, Mr. Baumann, about the eminent domain and that it could not be in this law because we have this law, so this redevelopment could not use this. If this is so, why do we have this in here? Why do we also have this in with the bonding? Because this will cause, we now get this redevelopment, and I'm in charge of the redevelopment. I decide I want to condemn this. You tell me, oh no, because there's a state law. But I say, you gave me this paper, and this paper says I can now do this. I'm kind of confused because this is very ambiguous, and now we're going to start with lawyers. We're going to start with people saying, I was given this statute that says I can now condemn. You're telling me the state says I can. Now we have legal fees that are going to go forever. This has to be clear, and it has to be really stated very clearly. I'd like to know an answer on that, but there is no answer because you know as well as I, it's going to go into the court for a long, long time. The answer to this is you need to say no to this. You need to say no, especially since you haven't read it. You just need to say no.
Anyone else? Do we have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, do we have a motion to adopt?
Comments first, sir?
We'll do that after the adoption.
After the adoption?
Well, I'm sorry, after the vote.
Motion.
After the motion.
No, it's against.
Motion to adopt, and then we have a second, then we have council comments, and then we roll call.
Motion to adopt.
Do we have a second?
Second.